Woke up to the sunrise, feeling brand new. The world's so wide, and I'm ready to break through. The rose calling my name, it's a wild, sweet sound. Every step I take, I'm just turning it around. I've seen the mountains, the oceans, the skies. Every sunrise paints a new surprise. City so far, I'm chasing the dream of who we are.
So we're on our way to Quepos. We left an hour or so ago from Saint Helena near Monteverde, and it's about a 5-hour drive, so it's going to be a long way to go still. But when we get there, we've got lunch planned, and I think a lot of people want to go to the beach. And to be honest, I'm not a big beach person, but every now and again it is nice to chill out on the beach. So I think that's kind of the plan for today. A bit of drama with the tour group. I think I bonded with the people, not quite as much as the people in Peru, but I've got on really well with the majority of people here. I think they are really easygoing, really cool, have a bit of a laugh with them. And the tour guide's been great as well. It's worked out quite well so far. Two of the group, an American couple who were a bit older, I'd say. One was retired. I think both were retired actually, but they did complain a lot. They complained a hell of a lot, and I thought they were very rude at times, a little bit disrespectful to the local people, I think quite rude to the group at times. Anyway, last night it all kicked off and they started yelling at the tour guide and they basically left the trip. But I think the majority of the group are quite pleased about that. So I do feel quite sorry for our tour guide Leo, because I don't think he deserved that, and he has really planned it well and kept us informed with what's going on, but they seem to think that wasn't the case. But they just clearly were not listening to instructions or reading the group chat we have on WhatsApp. We just stopped again near a cafe and a bridge, but there's a reason for this stop. That wasn't something that was advertised on the tour, so it was really cool to be able to see a bit more wildlife, especially in the form of crocodiles. And there are various different lizards down there as well. But yeah, really cool to actually see some crocodiles, and I got a lot closer to these ones than the ones that I saw when I was in Africa. So we're almost in Quepos. We've stopped by a village, gone to someone's house to have lunch, and we're currently trying to help cook the lunch.
Ooh, it smells nice. Ella no quiere ensalada. Solo patacones. Unos 3 minutos, más o menos. Una cereza. Sí. Pero uno lo siente con la pinza, usted siente el plato.
I think there's a nest inside this pole. They seem to be very calm, even though it's next to a roadside and there's quite loud traffic. Amazing. Just got to our hotel in Quepos, which is quite a nice looking hotel. The room's quite nice as well, to be honest. I don't think it's as safe to walk around here as La Fortuna or Santa Elena. So if I do want to go out this evening or tomorrow evening, I don't really know if I should, or if I go out, we'll have to go out as a group. The town's quite small, so is it even worth just getting an Uber for like 1 minute drive? I mean, I don't know. Made it to the beach. We're gonna have about an hour and a half here. and catch the sunset, which should be nice. It's a bit smaller than I thought, and it's not too overcrowded, which is good. And it would have been nice to have got here a bit earlier. But even though we didn't have a lot planned for today, I don't even know where the day's gone. A lot of it was on the travel, getting to Quepos. And obviously the lunch took a bit of time, but it is a bit more chill today than it has been the rest of the week, which is good. And tomorrow I think it's going to be quite a busy, hectic day. Last day of tours today, and we've just arrived at Manuel Antonio National Park, which is a place where I think we're likely to see a lot more wildlife than anywhere we've seen so far. Various different types of monkeys, white-faced monkeys, maybe spider monkeys, sloths, all sorts of animals, hopefully. Let's see what we can find. So we've just discovered some howler monkeys that are in the tree. And they get the name howler monkey because they make a howling sound. Were the ones that were higher up in the tree. There were also white-faced monkeys that were on the ground, but it was getting quite crowded, everyone was looking for them. But I think white-faced monkeys are very common, so we're going to see loads whilst we're in the park. Howler monkeys, not as common. But I've got a couple of photos, a couple of videos, so hopefully they've come out quite well. We're now at a small bridge where we're looking for the Jesus Christ lizard, and it gets its name because it walks on water. And there is the Jesus Christ lizard. Quite hard to see as it blends in with the rocks. But there's its tail. And there's its head. So there's an animal just over there called an agouti, which is like a large rodent, but it's running quite quick. So we've got another sloth with a baby, and it's hanging upside down. Just up here is a termite nest, and a lot of termites, you can actually crush them, put them on your body, and they become a mosquito repellent. Also, if you're lost in a jungle and you need protein, termites are the best things to eat. We've made it down towards the beach area and found a black iguana on the log just here. Okay, there are a few people around, although not a huge amount of people. Look at that. But it does feel a bit more like paradise, and I'd kind of be happy just to chill out for most of the day here with a couple of beers, but you're not allowed to have food or drink on this beach because of the monkeys. So the only place you can actually eat or drink is in a section a bit further that way, which is known as the cage, because that is essentially what it is, a big cage. So you can buy some things from the shop to eat or drink, then you've got to be locked in the cage to stop any monkeys coming in to take the food. Walking along the beach, Kelly, who's part of our group, has just informed me all about what the creatures here. So all these small holes are actually like sea mites. There's these little crustacean sea mites that are walking along. They look kind of squishy, and there are things here called sand dollars, and they're called sand dollars because they look like a big dollar. That's one there, right there. I have never seen these before, and they've got kind of like a hard casing to them, and they burrow into the sand, and that's going to disappear now. when the sea goes back out. I need to find the real scientific name for what they're called, but I've never heard of a sand dollar before, and I don't recall ever seeing one before. I'm actually a bit paranoid now as I'm walking along because I don't want to tread on any of these sea mites or sand dollars. This is a grackle, and there's lots of these throughout the country, and they're called grackles because the noise they make sounds like grackle. It's one of those small things we saw earlier that I can't remember the name of, but I think it begins with a G. Here we go, it's moving. And I'm sure I saw loads of these when I was in the Amazon. Yet again, another sloth. I think it could be a two-toed sloth. I have to be honest, I've lost count of how many sloths I've seen now, the majority of which have just been bulls like this. So I think the first sloth we saw on the waterfall hike was definitely the best one. But as I go back through the trail on the way out, there's still a chance to see some closer up. I think this is the Jesus Christ lizard, but a bigger one. Look at that, look at it run. Oh my God. This is what's known as a cage. It's the only place where you can safely eat and drink without monkeys coming in to steal the food and drink. I'm not a big fan of monkeys, but I did want to see some white-faced monkeys up close, and we did see some right at the start of the trail, but it was so busy with different crowds of tourists, it was so hard to try and get a photo or even see them properly. But we were told that they would likely be at the beach around midday. It's midday now, there were no monkeys there, so I'm going to head back the way that we came and see if I can see any more wildlife, especially white-faced monkeys and squirrel monkeys, because there's meant to be some of those around here, which is what I saw in the Amazon. And they are the only type of monkey that I've met that I actually quite like. White-faced monkey. There he goes. Got to see quite a bit inside the park. Was hoping for some more close-up shots of some sloths, but I think the first sloth we saw by the homestay was the best. White-faced monkeys, I wish I could have seen a bit more of them. Right at the end, I managed to see a couple, got a few photos and a bit of video, but I'd like to have seen a bit more of them. So that's the only kind of downside. But yeah, everything else was pretty cool in there. Obviously the more rare animals, armadillo, jaguar, puma. Yeah, very hard to see. Very, very unlikely to see a jaguar or a puma. We're now at the marina, not too far from our hotel actually, and we're about to go on a catamaran sunset sail, so we're going to see the sunset, and hopefully, if we're very lucky, as it is most common at this time of year, there's a possibility we could see whales and baby whales. I think this is just what's needed for the end of the trip, just some chilled out time on a catamaran. Pacific Ocean is over that way. We've got a few rocks in the distance. Over there we've got the beach that we went to a couple of days ago, and then over there is where the national park was and the beach we went to this morning. But yeah, weather's good, sun's out, Bob Marley playing in the background, awesome. Hopefully the videos that I've just taken of the dolphins have come out quite well. They were so quick to try and take a photo that I just stuck with video. But yeah, that was pretty awesome. So unfortunately I don't think we're going to see any whales because it's getting towards sunset now, but we're still the dolphins and various different types of birds, and just being able to chill out on this boat has been much needed after the busy week we've had travelling around the country. My last day in Quepos, last day in Costa Rica. So very shortly we will be heading back to San Jose, which I think is only a couple of hours drive. It's been a really good trip, I think, probably better than I expected. Weather's been amazing, especially here in Quepos. Group's been really good. I think it's so good that the whole group gelled as well as it did, with the exception of 2 people who left. Wildlife wise, fantastic. I mean, I didn't expect to see anywhere near as much wildlife as I have, and I think we've been quite lucky with some of the animals we've seen. So it's definitely better in terms of wildlife compared to when I was in the Amazon, although the Amazon was really good fun. So last night we went out for a meal, our last meal, just 8 of us. That's what's left of the group from what was 12, because 2 of the guys left yesterday, and I'm going to leave this evening. Yeah, I had a couple of drinks afterwards. The one night when I actually wanted to get an early night, everyone was kind of up for some extra drinks, so we went out, had a few drinks. All the other nights I've been the one that's been trying to get people to come out, which they haven't always done, but yeah, I suppose I'm still a bit of a party animal. But yeah, it's been good here. Quepos itself, I mean, on the way back last night, there were definitely some sketchy, dodgy people hanging around. Overall, this is a very friendly town from what I can see. Everyone seems very nice and friendly during the daytime. It's mostly locals here, there's not too many tourists. It's not really a big touristy town as such. A couple of souvenir shops, that's all. So all I've really seen are locals, but quite a few will say hello to you as you're walking past, or hola as you walk past. But last night there were definitely a few shady characters hanging around, so if I'd been walking around by myself late at night, I don't think I would have felt safe at all. But as we were a large group walking around together, I think it was okay walking the streets late at night. But yeah, Costa Rica, definitely recommend it. If you want the hot weather, if you want to see amazing wildlife, yeah, definitely worth coming here.